économiques, ils vont avoir besoin de plus d'énergie, plus de minerais, incluant des minerais.
More critical minerals, and will need more things that Canada is currently sending them. We will be there to do more. Donald Trump has suggested that he would impose tariffs on Canada, whether that's January 20th, February 1, 15 February, or August 1st. Whenever he wants, there's two things. One, we will be ready to respond. And second, that will increase the cost of living for American citizens. So that would be a mistake. But if he insists on pushing forward, we will have the necessary response. We are working to be there as a partner, a reliable partner, and in order to continue working with the Americans in an uncertain world.
Has announced that he wants a golden age for the American economy. That means they're going to need more energy, more minerals, more steel and aluminum, more lumber, more concrete, more of the things that Canada is already sending them as a reliable and trustworthy partner. If he does move forward on tariffs on Canada, as he has said, whether it be back on January 20th or on February 1st or February 15th as a Valentine's Day present, or on April 1st, or whenever he says he's going to do it, as he keeps repeating, two things will happen. One, Canada will have a strong, robust response, because we don't want this, but we will respond if necessary. And two, prices for American consumers on just about everything will go up. And we don't think he wants that. So we're going to be there. He has talked about the border as being a great preoccupation for him. We have highlighted that less than 1% of illegal drugs coming into the United States, less than 1% of migrants going into the United States come from Canada. But we're still investing over $1 billion in strengthening our borders. And as an illustration of what we've been saying all along, Toronto Police and the Border Services Agency just seized about 835 kilograms of cocaine coming in from the United States into Canada via Mexican cartels. So we have challenges at our border on both sides of the border, and we are there to work constructively with them on those issues.
With Scott's position now on against all export tariffs and against dollar-for-dollar response, who speaks for Canada vis-a-vis?
The federal government has continued to say clearly, as I will, that everything is on the table. But our efforts are first and foremost to make sure that tariffs don't come on Canada. It would be bad for Canada, yes, but it would also be bad for American consumers. And that's why we are continuing to make the case that rather than restrict the goods coming from Canada, the U.S. should be working even more with Canada on our energy, on our critical minerals, on the goods that they need to be able to have the economic growth that Donald Trump has promised. That is our first choice. Next, if they do move forward on tariffs, we are ready to respond in a strong way, but in a way that will be stepping up gradually with one goal, not to figure out how to manage these tariffs and live with them over the long term, but to figure out how to get them removed as quickly as possible. And on that, everything is on the table.
What about the capital gains inclusion rate? As I said, I have no comment on that right now.
Madame Smith, à la lumière
If you could speak to Ms. Smith in light of the discussions you had with the premiers yesterday,
un mouvement, une évolution, et avez-vous confiance de pouvoir
is there any
Écoute,
movement or
depuis le
evolution on that?
début, j'ai reconnu que Mme
From the very
Smith a un
beginning,
rôle
I acknowledge
important
that Ms. Smith plays an
qu'elle remplit
important
de
role,
défendre les intérêts
and
des
that is
Albertains.
to
Comme
defend
tous les
the
premiers
interests of
ministres doivent
Albertans,
défendre
just as
l'intérêt
all
de
premiers should be
leur
defending
propre
the interests
région.
of their own
Mais en même
regions.
temps, il y a un intérêt
At the
canadien
same time,
que tout le
there
monde
is a
est en train de
Canadian
ressentir.
interest that everyone is
J'entends
feeling.
et je comprends Mme Smith.
I
et ce que j'ai
understand and I
demandé hier,
hear
c'est
Ms.
est-ce
Smith, and what I asked
qu'on peut travailler
yesterday
ensemble pour
is
trouver
can we
des
work
façons
together to find
d'utiliser le
ways
levier
that we
important
can
qu'est
use the
le
important
pétrole et le
leverage
gaz
that oil and
canadien
gas from
pour
Canada
enlever,
have
pour repousser
in order
si
to
jamais il y a
remove
des
or
tarifs.
push
On a
back
entendu ce
if
que
tariffs
Mme
come
Smith
into
veut
play.
pas faire, je comprends, mais
So I've
est-ce qu'il
heard
y a
that
des
there are
choses
things that
qu'elle
we
peut
can
offrir, qu'on
do,
peut
but is
trouver
there something that she
qui
can offer
serait
that we can find
mauvais pour les États-Unis, qui
that would
encouragerait,
be poor for the
les
United
encouragerait de
States
revenir sur les tarifs sans
would
faire
encourage
plus
them
mal
to
aux Albertains que nécessaire. Parce que
move
depuis
back
dès
on
le début,
those
je
tariffs.
disais, quelle que soit notre
We do
réponse,
not
il
seek
faut
to
que ça soit
harm
équitable
Albertans
pour
any
tous les
further.
Canadiens. On ne peut
But
pas
I said
avoir
it needs
une
to be
région de
fair
notre
for all
pays
Canadians.
porter
We
un
can't have
fardeau
one
plus lourd à
region
cause
of the
des actions de
country
Donald Trump
carrying a bigger
et à cause du
burden
besoin de
because of
défendre
Donald
le
Trump's
Canada
actions.
que d'autres.
We need to defend all of Canada.
Non, elle fait sa job de défendre l'Alberta,
But it's not-
mais
It's her
on
job
veut
to defend Alberta.
tous défendre tous les Canadiens.
How
But
worried
we
are you
all wanna
though,
defend
that there's
all
precedent
Canadians.